picked up Morgan and I took her to Celebration Church. And I'll tell the truth, at first I didn't even want to go. I was trying to back out initially because I was like, oh, it's like 40-minute drive out there plus the drive home. I'm low on gas. I haven't been working. Blah 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 blah. So I tell her, I put the responsibility in her hands. I said, hey, if you really want to go, say yes and I'll come now. So I do that, and I had a bunch of clothes and things for her and her family that I've been saving up. And I was basically ridding my closet of all those things, and I wanted to pass things along. And I also had a talk with her. Whatever she didn't want anymore, she's going to give to me, and I'm going to donate it to Ayla's Acres, where I've been volunteering. Now, a few months ago, we were going to church, and they made us take this test. They didn't really make us, it was a voluntary choice, and it was a test of your spiritual gifts, basically your gifts from God. And my two gifts ended up being, or my two main gifts were miracles and craftsmanship. And I had sort of forgotten about that until my experience tonight. So, listen up, we go to church, and I'll be honest, like, I'm ADHD, I'm not listening, the messages aren't really speaking to me, even though it's my favorite pastor. He's really funny, and you can actually listen to him yourself on Celebration Org on Wednesdays. I don't know if he's always on there. I mean, I know for a fact he's actually not. However, now, he's told a lot of great stories, and tonight, some of the things that kind of caught my attention is this ancient symbol that I've always resonated with and I've crossed into my path several times. This time he called it a cherub, from my understanding, and it was the symbol that is the four creatures: a man, a bull, a beast, one more, an eagle to represent Scorpio. Now, after that, he started to discuss angels. He named 8 angels, and I can't think of them all off the top of my head. I know Uriel, Raphael, Michael. I'm kind of stuck after that. I think I'll probably go ahead and gather their Wikipedias and post them on my Twitter. I also have an amazing spirit book. I'll definitely go through the pages of that book for you as well. Now, after the service, we have a habit where we usually go out to eat after, and usually it's at Chipotle, but this time Morgan says she wants to take me out and take me to a place called Bento's. And Bento's ends up being a sushi place that I had gone before with my abusive ex-boyfriend, and I remember being excessively great. And that there's also a yogurt establishment that has, like, I wanted to say Fruit Loops, but it's like Fruity Pebbles that you put with the yogurt, and it's really good. Now, I'm having multiple different things trigger for me, so I'm going to try to stay on path. So, we have our meal, and she gets a call from her boyfriend. Now, let me go backwards and mention that we both get Poke Bowls, and I have never had a Poke Bowl before other than when I worked at Salt Life, and personally, Salt Life was not my favorite. I didn't like the rice, so this time I had the opportunity to get mixed greens. And honestly, straight up, I wasn't expecting to like it. I was expecting, like, I don't know, green beans or something like that. But it was actually like a salad with, I had raw tuna, raw salmon, cucumbers, mango, and coconut shavings. Oh, it's to die for. I literally ate every single drop. Now, after our meal, I'm attempting to clear my voice. It isn't really working. I suppose I'm stuck in this frequency for a while. Now, her boyfriend calls, and he has one of those electric cars, and the car only starts if the battery is recognized when the key fob is next to the car and it's not working. And so this poor thing is basically stuck out in the cold and can't start his car. And it just so happens to be that I'm there the one time. Now, I haven't been there in months, all the way in Jacksonville, you know? It's been a really long time. And it made me feel so good to be of use and of service. Now, that reminds me of stuff I have to go backwards on. Yet, it was amazing to be of such service and to be like someone's hero, to be the miracle, to be the person that delivered that miracle, to be that someone that's there for him, you know? So I ended up taking them to Walmart, and he gets a new battery. I was also the one to actually find additional batteries, even though all their battery areas were out. Apparently you can also find these batteries in the watch section. I was happy to find the serial numbers. Now, I'd like to go back to service, because in the service he also mentioned one more thing at the end that really made the entire service worth it for me. Now, yes, I enjoyed the creatures, and I enjoyed all the opening commercials for the seminar or service. Now, after he talks about on the big screen, have you been praying for what you've been complaining about? And that sort of kind of hit me like super hard, you know, because I've been talking a lot about my poor experiences and the low vibrational energy of the people that I'm living with at the time being. And now, after this miracle experience, you could say, I'm having a different approach where I'm wondering how I can raise the vibrational energy of my household to make it a better living environment so I can finish school and save for my own first property. Now, some other things came up that made it quite fun. So when I'm riding in the car, her boyfriend Anthony makes a compliment at me about how I could be doing voiceovers, because I have the gift of changing my voice. I can go in all kinds of little different voices, or I can go like this. I mean, that's a joke, but there's that but again. I tried. It's not easy to eliminate words from your vocabulary. Now, so we have this discussion, and then on the ride home right now by myself, I start thinking about the voices thing, and now I'm going back in time to my mind of this time where I paid another psychic like $140 or something like that. And she did a singing bowl for me, and she actually has a really bad reputation in the town and had taken a lot of money from people, so I had chosen not to go through with her again, although she said she could help me and gave me a crystal and all this stuff, and I kind of felt like bad energy was following me because of that. Now, one thing this woman told me is how I'm meant to heal with my voice. And you know, I recently had people come into my life and cause me to be aware of ASMR videos, where I realized that I've been producing ASMR videos since I was a child, and it's something that has come very natural to me. Now, I have to make that choice for myself to continue to speak in this high vibrational field and to help people. And I have to admit, not everyone can choose a life of service and to dedicate their lives to helping other people, especially in the culture of the world that we live in right now. People are being conditioned into being very selfish. And this is because, if you didn't know, Satanism actually isn't really all worshiping Satan as much as it is in the Satanist Bible to actually worship yourself and put yourself above everything. So that you might find a little bit fascinating. There's a lot of other discussions